Welcome to another episode of Coach A's Football. If you're interested in learning 3 easy concepts to destroy cover 3, stay tuned and we'll be right back. All right, so let's start off first. What is cover 3? Cover 3, very simple. That means that we're going to have somebody covering the deep third here, the deep middle third, and again, the deep outside third. So we have our 3 deep defenders. Typically, it's going to be both your corners and a safety. All right. Also, that means that we're going to have underneath coverage as well. If you're running a 4-3 or a 4-4 in instance, we're going to have 4 guys in the zone, which that means the first zone is going to be our curl flat. All right. Next is going to be our hook curl. All right. Then we're going to have another hook curl to the other side, and we're going to also have our curl flat to this side. So this concept, again, out of a 4-4 defense, will simply be 4 under, 3 deep. All right. Now let's talk about the first concept, spacing. All right. There's 2 kinds of spacing. The first one is horizontal spacing, and in our horizontal spacing, we want to make sure that we can stretch out those underneath defenders and kind of put them in a bind in some type of conflict. So what we first want to do, we want to talk about hitches. All right. So we're going to use our strong safety, for example, in hitches. So we want to talk about that strong safety right here. We're going to do hitches to this side. If we run a hitch right in front of him, that strong safety typically will sit right there into his curl area and not work into the flat because he has an immediate threat. Therefore, we can throw our outside hitch immediately. Well, why can we do that? Because this boundary corner has deep third. The key to this working is, one, that receiver has to come off that ball with some real intensity as if he's going to take this ball deep. Because every defender in the world, especially defensive backs, do not want to get beat deep. All right? So that's our hitching space concept. All right? To the other side, we're going to put this defender, our Sam or nickel, however you choose to term him. All right? We're going to put him in spacing conflict as well by running slants to this side. All right. So what we want to do is run this slant right in front of him underneath. That should occupy that Sam backer. Therefore, we can hit what? The number 1 here on the second slant, or on the first slant rather. Why is he not affected by the corner? Because the corner is worried about having that deep third getting beat deep. Long as this wide receiver, our number 1 wide receiver, takes off the ball hard as if he's going to press him vertically, and he breaks that cut, that should hold the Sam. So both highlighted players here are the conflict player. That's what the quarterback is reading. If this Sam slides in, you throw the number 1 hitch. If that Sam happens to slide out, you throw the inside slant. Very simple. To the hitch side, if this strong safety decides he sits here because he has a threat right in front of him, you throw the number 1 hitch there. If he decides to slide out immediately, you throw to the number 2 receiver on the hitch. That's our spacing concept. Next, we're going to go into snag. What is snag? Snag is simply a combination of a vertical as well as a curl flat concept underneath. All right, so let's talk about to the front side. And it's typically a 3-man route. All right, so it has 3 components to it. Okay, first thing we want to do is that we want to take our slot receiver, take him vertically, and run him off to the corner. Why is that? Because we want to make sure that this corner occupies that what? Deep third. Who are we putting in conflict? We want to put this Sam backer in conflict. So when we put him in conflict, what we want to now say, okay, what are we going to do? We're going to take our running back and we're going to do him on what they call an arrow play. Some people call it a straight. It doesn't matter however you term it. That's up to you and your philosophy. If that Sam backer goes with this flat, we're going to take our number 1 and we're going to turn and curl right behind him. All right? So if that Sam backer takes it wide, we want to throw this curl right behind him. If he happens to sit right here, we then want to throw the ball simply to the flat. Why are we not worried? Because this corner has now taken off with that corner route. Okay? So we put that Sam backer into conflict. That's our snag concept. All right? Out of a 2 wide receiver and a running back. We're going to talk about now the snag concept with 3 wide receivers, okay? Very same thing. What do we want to do? we want to put this soundbacker into conflict. All right, how do we do that? Very simple. We want to run this guy off. Want to run him off, we can run the corner out here. We want to run a quick out. If he happens to go with them, we'll sit right behind his head. If he happens to stay still, again, we can throw the quick out. Not a big deal. And again, we can gain major yardage. Why? Because this corner has to respect that corner route. Okay. If the corner happens to sit and bite on this, then you just simply throw the corner route to the top. All right. Everything takes place to the field side. You have a lot of spacing, and it's good to go. All right. Very easy concept for the quarterback to understand. Very easy concept for the wide receivers to understand. Know who to put in conflict. Our next concept is stick. All right, is our stick concept. Again, very simple. Who do we want to put in conflict? We want to put our soundbacker in conflict again. How are we going to do that? First thing we're going to do is we're going to run off the corner. So now the corner has to cover this deep. What does that leave open? That leaves open all of this area here. Our slot receiver, take here and run it out. All right. We're going to take our tight end. We're going to run here, and we're going to turn around right there outside. Why is that? If that soundbacker happens to go wide with the out, simply throw it to the tight end. If he happens to sit on the tight end, again, you throw it here to the out. The sound can never be right, okay? You just have to make sure that you read him properly and make sure you take the open throw, all right? So again, we just want to go over our snag concept. We want to go over our stick concept. And we also want to make sure we go over our spacing concept. Again, these are 3 simple concepts where you can take major advantage of the soundbacker by putting him into conflict. All right? Guys, I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming by, stopping by, seeing another episode of Coach Hates Football. Please make sure you subscribe by clicking on my logo right over my head. Also, make sure you comment and like. Thanks again for stopping by, and I'll see you on the 50-yard line.